We'll hear argument first this morning in Case 08-1448, Schwarzenegger versus Entertainment Merchants Association. Mr. Morosini.
Mr. Chief Justice, and may it please the Court. This morning, California asked this Court to adopt a rule of law that permits states to restrict minors' ability to purchase deviant, violent video games.
There's still unsettled questions on whether a video game is actually speech under the First Amendment. That hasn't been firmly settled, certainly at the Supreme Court level.
Simply put, the state of California is looking to ban all sales of video games that demonstrate morbid violence to those under 18 years old. According to the bill, a game falls under the law if a reasonable person considering the game as a whole would find it appeals to a deviant or morbid interest of minors. It is patently offensive to prevailing standards in the community as to what is suitable for minors, or it causes the game as a whole to lack serious literary, artistic, political, or scientific value to minors.
The thing with that passage, and that language is drawn from obscenity law. I think what you would find under this type of regime, if it were approved by the Supreme Court, is there's just tremendous subjectivity with those terms. What is literary, artistic value? What is morbid or deviant? So essentially, and I think this is one thing the court expressed concern about during the oral argument, is, you know, how much discretion do you hand over to a jury to fill in those very vague terms when it comes to expressive work? I think it can be a dangerous thing.
What's the difference? How do you cut it off with video games? What about films? What about comic books? Grimm's fairy tales? Why are video games special?
I am not just concerned with the vagueness. I am concerned with the vagueness, but I'm concerned with the First Amendment, which says Congress shall make no law abridging the freedom of speech.
My parents regulated everything. My curfew, my driving responsibilities, my health, and now the government wants to step in and help them regulate my video gaming? Come on, guys.
So that's basically all this is a law to help parents. Is that right?
Do they really think video games consume my entire life? The government needs to just worry about the larger things and let the kids play their games.
I just got off the ice and my body feels so drained, burned off so many calories, time to go feed my brain. Step up to the counter, ask the guy for some poutine. He looks at me quizzically and asks me what I mean. What the hell is this? It has to be a dream. Where are the fries and the hot dogs? This is just obscene. He tells me that the government fears child obesity, so all the food that he sells now has to be trans fat free. But a salad just won't cut it, nor will an oatmeal muffin. I need some grease to be released. I swear that I'm not bluffing. The government's handcuffing me to this crazy fear. So I pose this question now.
Do I need to lose weight, dear?
And I feel like I'm in prison, because I cannot make my own decisions now. I can vote and smoke and drink, but yet they don't trust me to think. I guess I'm just another pigeon. So dismayed by this news, I start to venture home, looking for an answer. I pull out my iPhone, I search for obese children, and find to my surprise, diet's not the main culprit, it's lack of exercise. I see these politicians creating science facts because they want problems to solve, they want a new term back. Sorry, Mr. Minister, don't need a babysitter. I'm an adult, this is my life, I think I can handle that. And I feel like I'm in prison, because I cannot make my own decisions now. I can vote and smoke and drink, but yet they don't trust me to think. I guess I'm just another pigeon. I am not a man, I am a robot. I do not make choices, I follow what I'm taught. And if you don't like the program, just change it on the run. I should have no voice as you have your fun. Freedom is a term that we like to use, but expect its application to be very loose. We the robotic sheep will never sleep until we can eat poutine at a hockey scene.
This is Sally. She's a hard-working businesswoman who owns her own company. She pays her taxes, volunteers in her community, and is a proud Canadian. Let's see what she's doing today.
Is there fluoride in my water?
Why, yes there is.
But why?
Because fluoride's good for you.
But there's fluoride in my toothpaste. Can't I choose how much fluoride I get?
Well, we do it because it's good for you.
Okay. Hi, Frank. Is everything ready for the presentation for the Chinese investors?
Whoa there, Sally. What are you doing?
Well, I was thinking of selling my company to foreign investors.
Hold up there. Canadian government has to approve it first.
But why?
Because we need to make sure it's in the best interest of our country.
But isn't it my company? Don't I know what's best for my shareholders and my employees?
Well, we do it because it's good for you.
Okay.
So, Sally, now that you're selling your company, what are you going to do?
Well, I was thinking of distributing beer and liquor.
Actually, you can't.
Why not?
Because in this province, all the liquor is sold by the government.
Well, can I distribute beer?
No. We actually have a private company that does that.
Well, if there's only one, then don't you need some competition to keep the prices low for consumers?
No. They're a special case. And we do it because it's good for you.
Okay.
Whoa there, Sally.
What's the matter?
You can't park on your lawn.
Why not?
Because in this city, it's against the law to park on your own lawn.
But if it's my property, then shouldn't I get to decide where I park my car?
We do it to keep the property values up. And because it's good for you.
Okay.
And remember, kids, always listen to the government. Why?
Because it's good for you.
I have something to say. I'm starting to think the free world isn't as free as it could be. Year in, year out, our governments enact laws and regulations that control our lives. From what we can have, what we can eat, what we can watch, read, or listen to, and even how we manage our money. Government justifies taking away these personal liberties by assuring us they only have good intentions. We're told that the laws are passed for our own protection, but this just really means that the government tries to act as our nanny. There are many issues with having such a nanny state. But But the biggest problem is that it means the government thinks it can run your life better than you. For me, this means having to put thousands of dollars that I could be saving for school into my Canadian Pension Plan retirement fund. The government thinks it's a better idea for me to save for retirement at age 19 than it is to try for an education first. Others might even only be trying to make a living, like hot dog vendor Steve Pruner of Durham, North Carolina, who was jailed for refusing to comply with costly and unnecessary regulations that would shut down his business. Perhaps you're just looking for something good on TV. In Canada, you better hope that the channel you want to watch has been approved by the CRTC. They can be picky sometimes. For example, this government regulator has slowed down the broadcast applications of a number of channels with unique viewpoints, such as Fox News Channel, Al Jazeera English, RAI Italia, and Sun News TV. Or if you're like 91-year-old Craig Morrison, you might just be trying to keep your home. Craig built his own house overlooking the Bay of Fundy. Though the building is stable, because he didn't perfectly follow the building code, he's been threatened with eviction for years by government building inspectors. For some people, they might just want to feel the wind in their hair as they drive their motorbike, but can't because it's illegal to drive without a helmet in 20 of the 50 states and all of Canada, despite the fact that the only risk there is to the people who choose to ride without helmets. Seeing these 5 examples of government encroachment on our lives got me thinking, can't we just let people live the lives they choose to? Shouldn't we take personal responsibility over choices like whether we want to wear a helmet, or where we decide to live, or what we decide to watch, or how we choose to save for retirement? Of course. And that led me to the bigger question, why? Why do we need the CRTC to tell us what we can watch? Why do we need government inspectors kicking people out of their homes? Why do we need regulators telling us whose hot dogs we can buy? Why do we need laws telling me how I should use my money? And then I realized, we don't.